Today, I want to talk to you about the exploration that I had this morning with my beautiful colleague Jane. We are a group of beautiful souls and we are helping each other coming back home. Every week we meet up and we do sessions with each other, we do circles, and we are not only strengthening our own capacities, but we are helping each other to really um, come back to a state where the nervous system can finally be relaxed and start really thriving the way we are meant to. And so today was one of those sessions, and I first of all I felt like I was always running after something for most of my life. I had this thing that I had to run towards something. And there was always something, a new course, a new class, a new diploma. And my professional being was never ready, always running to the next step, running to the next thing. And this week, particularly, I decided really to concentrate on my body, being here, being incarnated, being into my body. And it's amazing how much work have I already put into myself and how much more I feel like there was room for more. And this somatic exploration are really getting to the core of everything. So with my mind, I have already seen everything and worked through most of it. But now with the somatic exploration is like adding another layer to this and really bring it home to my body, not just to my mind, but really incarnate the change so that the nervous system can relax. So, because I was working with my body in the past weeks, I realized how much I have been hating my body. You know, I've been anorexic and bulimic. I have been looking at myself in the mirror every day with some kind of criticism. And then this morning we were talking about how much, as women, we constantly get these reminders of how not enough or how much more do we need to put into our body change in order to look in a certain way, be in a certain way, sound in a certain way. You know, there is always the new makeup, the new cream, the new product, because the bottom line is that you are not okay. You need to shift that. You need to change that. And that, together with childhood trauma, can be an explosive combination that will lead you to really run away from your body constantly. And so no wonder we have inflammation, no wonder we have problem with every stage of the fertility journey. Menstruation, painful menstruations, menopause, menopausal symptoms, aging, all of that, because we are so disassociated from our body. And so we started with this discussion, and then I went back into my body because we were doing a somatic work. So what happens is that the idea what's going on then becomes really part of the body exploration. So from then I just followed my body and I went into my lungs and I felt constriction, and then I went back into my mind, and then it was clear that my energy just went up into my mind and stayed there, trying not to get into the body. At the beginning, I thought, maybe because I didn't want to feel pain. But there was more. So then when I finally managed to go a little bit into my lungs and feel that constriction, then I had the visual image of when I was put into a bed under a lamp because I was born with jaundice. And back then it was kind of practice to just put the kids in another bed away from the mom, maybe in the nursery. And for some of us, it was also being separated and under a lamp or an EQ. I think that's the name. And therefore, what happens is that after having been in the warmth of the belly, in the warmth of the uterus, and being born, hopefully without big issues, then that separation was something that the nervous system couldn't expect or tolerate, because in nature, that's something that it shouldn't be part of the experience, being separated, being on your own. And so what happens is that my energy completely went into my mind, which was my safe spot. I couldn't feel. And the feeling wasn't necessarily pain, because today finally I got to feel the feelings. It wasn't pain. It was shame, a lot to be exposed. It was fear of what was going to happen. And then it was abandonment. I had felt that I was being abandoned various times. And the funny thing is that I had a lot of memories from me outside the body, just like when the people that have a pre-death experience describe their body laying down and the ambulance coming and the people trying to resuscitate them. I had the same kind of visual, and everybody around me was kind. There wasn't roughness. Um, there wasn't something I can say, oh wow, this and this person. No, everything was as it was supposed to be. But for me, was like, okay, I am going to not being here anymore. So I prepared myself. And as a matter of fact, a lot of my experiences with the regression, with that somatic experience, was into the freeze, because when the energy goes up into the mind or outside the body, then what happens is that we are preparing to die, because in nature, being without a mom would be dying. So it was such a pleasure to go there, because after that, my body started to feel all the moments where, in contrast, I felt pleasure. And right before starting the recording, I was into another meditation that made me remember this moment of bliss. And I remember being like, I would say a year and a half, just sitting up. And I remember holding dandelion, when it's ready to let go of the seeds, and me laughing of all these little plushy things in the air. Total pure bliss. And so by going in and by feeling those feelings, by restoring those feelings, my body could liberate a lot more memories and a lot more feelings of peace, love, quiet, and bliss that I actually had. So I'm not sure how to convey this for you, because I would need to meet you and really work with you and go into whatever it is that it's going on for you. But in the meantime, I would like to just guide you in a little, yeah, channeled meditation, because I realized that with me this morning there was Mary Magdala, and I think she has this message now for you, for me, about going back to the body, about I hear the words making love to the body, and whatever is there, whatever you're doing, really doing it for yourself. Meaning, if you're using a cream for eye wrinkles, keep on using it, but not because the wrinkles are not okay, but because you want to nourish your skin even more. If you are doing some exercise, don't do it because you want to lose weight or something like that. Do it because being fit is something that can bring you energy, can bring you love, can bring you more of who you are, because a hurt body can create distress. So do it for love, not because you shouldn't be what you are, which is, I believe, amazing. So I'm gonna call in Mary Magdala for this part. And I'm gonna switch off the camera because otherwise I become concerned of how I look and I'm not concentrated on what I should tell you. So here we go. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening to these words, as I have been waiting for many women to connect with me, as I am bringing this love down to earth, as I am bringing this love down for you. I'm bringing down a lot of pink light to surround women with love. Women have been hating themselves for way too long. And of course, it has been like that. Of course, it's absolutely understandable that this is happening. And this is why I am here trying to bring this down, trying to shift this. Women cannot really truly thrive until they start loving themselves. And it has been made it in such a way that as soon as you feel good about yourself and you talk about yourself, immediately there is a censorship inside of you, thinking that you are in your ego mind, that you are not doing what you are supposed to do, because you should be a saint, shouldn't you? You should not be feeling good about yourself. You should not be sitting down and rest. You should not be indulged. You should not be feeling sensual and sexy and desirable. Okay, all of these needs to shift, needs to be felt and shift. So I would like you to really put a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly and tell yourself how much proudness you have for that body that gave you the life that you are living, that body that took you places, that body that made you play, that body that made you have a lot of pleasure, that body that kept you alive so far, even though most of you have been spending most time outside the body than inside the body because of all this initiation that you call traumas that life brought you. But this body is also the house of the most precious thing that you have, which is your beautiful soul. And you're not separated from the body. There is not the body and the mind and the soul. There is one thing that is more or less separated, but when it's separated, it's not the way it's supposed to be, because everything is supposed to be connected together, glued together, and part of the same beautiful pattern, part of the same beautiful design. So go back to your body. And if it hurts, there's something to do, there are lots of professionals, there are lots of beautiful women like Gloria here that are happy and able to help you through moving through that. So breathe and bring up a memory where you really felt joy. The birth of your child. Something that you have accomplished. A job that you have done. A marriage. Anything. The person you have helped. The child you have kissed. This is all because of your body. And your body is tired to be treated as if it wasn't okay. You are tired to be treated as if you're not okay. Too tall, too thin, too big, too small, too loud, too quiet, too shy, too forward. Ah, no way. Say no to that. Thank you, but no. No, no, no more. I love you so much, and I see the beauty in you. It's time that you see the beauty in you too. I hope you had enjoyed this reading. Thank you to all my guides. Thank you, Mary Magdala. Thank you so much. I am looking forward to hear from you. And if you need extra support, I am here. We are here. Bye.